The Dumpster Diver by Janet S. Wong. Pictures by David Roberts. Hi, my friends, it's Mrs. Gray, and I have another story here for you called The Dumpster Diver. It's a really fun story about things that you can find in the dumpster, but I do not recommend diving into dumpsters at home, okay? This is just a pretend story. Remember that. Don't try that at home, kids. I hope you enjoy this story, The Dumpster Diver. There's great pictures, so make sure you pause and look at all the pictures because there's fun stuff in them. Here we have the opening pictures with lots of bugs. The Dumpster Diver. Anyone knows you can dive for treasure in the ocean, but our neighbor, Steve, the electrician, dives for buried treasure right smack here in our backstreet alley. Once a month during fall and winter and spring, and every week in the summertime, Steve slinks into the basement storage room. 5 minutes later, the dumpster diver emerges. When Steve is ready to dive, he taps 5 times on my bedroom window, and I wave to Steve and knock on Johnny's wall. Johnny hops to his window and shouts upstairs to Lena on the 3rd floor, and the diving team is ready to go. I am hose handler number 1, also known as the nozzler. Lena is hose handler number 2, also known as the snake charmer. And Johnny is the faucetier. Steve climbs up the back alley wall, picks the dumpster, and dives in. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. Beetles and roaches and spiders splash out. I never imagined there were so many millions of legs living 200 feet away from me. Diving rule number 1. Keep your mouth shut! This is especially important when the roaches start flying. Diving rule number 2 is don't blow your hose all over the place. That means we hose handlers have to be careful. When Steve climbs out, we hose down the treasure, and we also hose down Steve. Being a hose handler is no easy job, especially when Steve is shouting, "Rule number 2! Rule number 2!" Thursday is trash day, and we do our real work on weekends. Last Saturday, we started with a pair of busted skis. Johnny drew, Lena measured, I drilled holes for nuts and bolts. Steve cut with a saw, and soon we had a parasailer. A paraskater. An old blender can become a lamp. An old lamp can become a table. And an old table plus 2 banged up skateboards, plus a ripped up crib mattress, plus a handheld shower, plus 32 screws and a roll of duct tape can become anything you want. Yesterday's treasure of the day was an old computer that almost became a flower pot, Johnny's idea, or a fish tank, Lena's idea, or a sculpture, my brilliant idea. But we decided it should be a computer for Zenda on the 5th floor, who practices typing on a piece of cardboard with the letters written on it. The Grouch, who lives next door to Steve, says Steve is crazy, too lazy to work hard to make enough money to buy new stuff at the store, like good people should. She says his apartment is full of junk. Here's the Grouch. She looks pleasant, doesn't she? Steve says junk is cool. The Grouch says we kids better watch out or we'll get cut up from the trash. But Steve was who got cut up. on broken glass and rusted metal when the dumpster trash collapsed under him. "Serves you right. What did you expect, digging through the trash?" She's not very friendly, is she? The Grouch has a point. Starting today, we're going to stop digging through the trash. Starting today, we're going to knock on every door in our apartment building. 31, 32, 33. We're collecting our own special dumpster diver useful junk. And starting today, we're going to put our useful junk carefully in the basement storage room, except maybe for this old wagon and that broken rocker and this tennis racket and that popcorn machine and all the stuff we need. What do you think they're going to make with all that stuff? Let's see. For a wheelchair for Steve. And that, my friends, is the dumpster diver. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you don't get any ideas to dive into trash cans or big dumpsters, but make sure you recycle your junk. Maybe you can turn it into something new, something creative, just like our friends did in the dumpster diver. See you soon, and enjoy all that sunshine outside.